Stuff like that sound like it's fun to play? Something maybe you want to get underhand? Probably. It's a boogie woogie pattern that a ton of people want to do, but a lot of people really struggle with their hand independence and getting their left hand and right hand to work together. Well, I'm going to address that in this quick video. Hi, I'm Scott Houston. You know, I get a ton of questions from students and viewers that say, you know, Scott, I've got these patterns or something like a boogie woogie pattern I want to play, but I can't ever get my left and right hand working together. You know, I can't do the pat your head and rub your tummy issue at all. You know, do you have any advice? So using a boogie woogie pattern, I'm going to try to address that in this video. Now, I'm going to use a left-hand boogie pattern that actually I taught in some previous video. If I can do it, I'm going to try to put a link either somewhere here or down in the description down below or somewhere. Somewhere look around here and you ought to be able to find a link to a previous video that I taught this pattern. I taught this bass line pattern. Right? It was that pattern. Now what we're going to do with it is add something in our right hand. Now, number one, I'm going to give you a really easy thing to play with your right hand that you could do in 2 or 3 minutes if you didn't have to do it with that hand too. Right? That's always the issue. So here's what we're going to do. Let me go ahead and just give you the what we're going to play in the right hand, and then what we're really going to focus on in this video, though, is how to get your left and right hand to work together. So what we're doing is playing a boogie woogie in G. So by playing a boogie woogie, you're really playing the blues. So we're going to play a G pattern. By the way, middle C is right here on this piano. I'm down on the lower part of the piano. So we've got a G, and then we have to have a C pattern, and then we have a D pattern. And again, I taught that in that previous video, so you can go look at it if you need to. But what we're going to do now is add a little harmony to it by adding something with our right hand. We're going to play this. I'm just letting you hear that with the root. I mean, it'll go like this. That kind of thing. But here's all it is. It's super easy. So for the G section, you play an F and a B, which for those of you, if this makes any sense, that's the dominant seventh and the third. If it doesn't, ignore what I said and just learn this. Here we go. All right. Now when you go to the C section, all you do is you take both notes and you go down a half step. So I went from F and B to E and B flat. All right, that's what you play when you're in the C section. Then you go back to the G section. Same thing. And when you go to the D section, you just move everything up a half step. So it's going to go from here to there. Okay. So again, we start with this one. We go down a half step. We go back. We have to go to the D section. The D one is up a half step. Then again, back to the G section. And again, we'll have to follow the blues chord progression. And that's, I don't want to waste time on this one doing that, but if you just follow your left hand pattern, you'll actually be playing the blues chord progression. So, here we go. So here's the trick. What I'm going to do is play this rhythmic pattern that sounds like this. Now, you know, when you do it up to tempo, here's kind of the trick with almost all these things. When you do them up tempo, they sound really, you know, it's hey, you know, this is just smoking the, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, it's really hard to get it going. Well, the trick, not the trick, the teaching I give everyone, I guess, always is when you need to get your hands to work together, play it slowly. Slowly, very slow. Slow it down even more, right? And I mean it. You got to go really slow. So here's, I'm going to really do it to prove to you guys that, you know, this is how far you have to do it. So the trick is getting your brain to understand what needs to come down in what order and whether it's together or not. So this pattern sounds like this. It's, but if I'd never played that before, I would never be able to do that. So you go even slower and you think, it's okay, at the very first one, they come down together. And this one's still being held down while the second note gets played. And it's still down when that note gets played. But on this note is when they come down again. So it's, because if you hear the whole thing going on, it sounds like this. So these are really playing, if you're counting the notes in your bass line, you'd think 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where it is. So the right hand has to come down on the first and fourth note of your left hand playing. That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba da da da. And if you do that slowly, your brain can go, oh right, it's when it gets to that one, you know, and you do that. So you think, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how I would probably practice that is to just do just up to that point and try that in all three patterns. So you do this. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now when you go to the C section, you're going to take this and go down a half step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So there it is in C. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to get my fingers out of the way so you can see this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll go back to the G section. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here comes the D. So in the D, in your right hand, you go up a half step. So we'll go up to these two. But it's the exact same rub your head, pat your tummy issue. So we'll think 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's that one. It would continue on. But that's all it is. And that's really what your brain needs to get locked together, is this issue of, okay, I'm going to get the first three, I'm going to play them together on one, then I'm going to have two notes by themselves in my left hand, and then the fourth note, I'm going to have to play it again, and then all the rest of the left hand goes by itself, and then the next time you get to the beginning of the pattern, I'm going to repeat that. And, that's like the coding that's going into your brain, that your brain's going, and it gets it locked together. And the great news is that so typically on these rub your head, pat your tummy issues, the ability to get something sped up and get it to the point where you can play it to where you want to play it, it doesn't go like this. Oh, I can't do this all. Oh, I can do it a little bit more. Oh, it's more and more. And then, weeks and days later, you finally are at the point where you're getting it that fast. It doesn't work that way. It's not like climbing a hill. It's like breaking through a wall. You won't be able to do it at all. No, I can't. And all of a sudden, you break through a wall and bip, you're where you want to be. And, drummers, if any of you are drummers that are watching this, you can really connect the dots with that, because drummers have to add 2 more limbs to this whole thing, right? They've got 2 hands, 2 limbs, although I suppose they're not using individual fingers. But it's that way. When you're trying to get some new hand independence thing down, you've just got to go slow enough and slow enough and slower and slower and slower until eventually you'll be able to do that. And then once you do it and your brain goes, oh, right, it's this one, then that one, then that one, then this one, and whatever this pattern is, then you pretty quickly can bring it back up to speed of wherever you need to do it. So, having said that, let's listen to this one, okay? So here we go. I'm going to do this kind of slowly, but I'm just going to work my way through the pattern. And I'm going to be, doing the blues changes with this boogie woogie pattern in my left hand. And actually, I hope I can get through this whole thing without stopping. Here we go. Here we go. I'm thinking 1, 2, of course I can't talk and do this, sorry. Is that figure? Don't ask me to talk while I'm playing, huh? Here, let's try that again. What I'm thinking is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thinking about the change. Back to G. D. Now I think that swings pretty hard even at that tempo. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there wouldn't be anything wrong with playing it slower. But you gotta really swing and keep it. Pick a tempo and stick to it. something like that. Or if you really want to get it up to tempo, I mean, some people are just crazy nuts and want to just play something blazing fast, but it'd be like. See, that happens to all of us. It's not very funny. Seriously, that's the big point in this is understand that when you're doing something that's going to really create this rub your head, pat your tummy issue, this hand independence issue, the way to fix it is to play something, just keep going slower and slower and slower and slower. And then some more slow until you can make the connection with what order and between the hands and in what fingers they come down in. Once you do that, and you do it that slowly a few times and let your brain go, oh, right, I got that now, then you can usually bring things right up to speed. So I hope that helps. This is always a big issue that people have for me and big questions they have for me about hand independence. And hopefully running through that example was a decent one. And then not even the least of which is now you have kind of a cool right hand thing to sit and you can play a little boogie woogie and just sit down and do that. It sounds kind of cool. All right. Have fun playing piano as always. See you next time.